that smart, but I am. Let's go with K-pop for 100, Alex. K-pop Demon Hunter on today's episode. The best sci-fi show of all time. There's an article out there that we want to talk about. And don't forget the gaming. PlayStation 5 increased the price. Yep. All that and a little bit more right after this.
According to Wikipedia, a nerd is a person seen as overly intellectual, obsessive, introverted, or lacking social skills. Many so-called nerds are described as being shy, quirky, pedantic, and unattractive. We're here to prove Wikipedia right.
Oh, look who they let in.
This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. If it's fantasy, sci-fi, gaming, movies, interviews, we're talking about it. We're talking about it. This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, and here's your host, Moose, Game God, and Magic Mike.
Welcome to Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. Episode number 487. Magic Mike, Game God, Moose in the building to help you decipher what that means, if you're smart or not smart, in the beginning of this podcast. I'm not sure. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unpack everything. I was trying to figure out where we're going to start first, though. Actually, I thought about just the best sci-fi show of all time. We should start there.
Podcast for Sci-Fi?
What's that?
We're starting with Podcast for Sci-Fi, best sci-fi
So
show?
you just went straight to the end right there. So
right
no
to the
more.
end.
Wow. That's typical GG.
I mean,
yep.
Listen, we just cut right to the point.
No build
Cut
up.
right to the chase, because people want to know. Hey, everybody, welcome. Thanks for joining us. And if you've listened to this podcast before, then you know what to expect. If you haven't, and this is your first time, well, welcome, and go tell a friend about it. We think that'd be really exciting.
I just gotta not be excited. I'm trying to contain myself.
We're not getting it. We're not getting anywhere all the 5 seconds out of that.
Wait, listen. 486 episodes later, if you didn't figure out that I cut right to the end.
Yeah, we cut right to the end.
He's like Kramer, just taking the deal before it's even finished. I mean, that's just that's
Don't put the bomb on it. Don't put the bomb on it.
I did.
I know. Take all the free stuff. All right, listen. This is a one for these types of discussions have been had for many times in many universes.
We've talked about it even with certain parameters, like the best one with one season, the best one with no more than
exactly.
we've done it too.
So I read an article most recently, and I love reading people's opinions, mostly. And there's
that could be a podcast in itself.
Podcast that this sorry, game guy, next side. There was an article that said the best sci-fi show of all time was Doctor Who. Now, Magic Mike, I see right now that you're wearing a Doctor Who t-shirt.
You do,
and Doctor Who is certainly sci-fi, certainly.
Yes.
And I like it. Now, I think a lot of other people like it too, even though they only come out with one season every 20 years. It's not bad. But when I read this article, it's like this is the best sci-fi show. Changed my mind, kind of, article, and I immediately went defensive and said, "This is impossible. This is impossible that they could pick Doctor Who as the best sci-fi show of all time."
Really?
Now, I could be alone here. I have my opinion. Magic Mike, you obviously have yours. I'm afraid of asking. Game God, you may or may not have an opinion. I'm not even sure there. Okay, so what would you say?
I have an opinion.
Best show. Now, it didn't say movie. This is a show. Best sci-fi show of all time. What would you? I mean, give me like a top three. Don't even give me number one. Give me a top three, then I'll nail you down for number one. How about that?
Okay. So we all know what Magic Mike's gonna pick. So I'm gonna go with Mike because I'm the wild card here, right? Like I'm the one. Like
He knows.
Like,
We
this
know what
guy's-
he's gonna pick. Okay.
Apparently he does. We'll find
He's
out.
got
Yeah,
Doctor
I know,
Who's
I know.
shirt on.
yeah,
Game guy.
I know. Yeah. So his 3 picks are Doctor Who. So for me, like I'm all over the map. You just don't know what you're gonna get with me. I'm a box of chocolate. So the first thing I'm gonna say, Game of Thrones, because it falls in the sci-fi world. Yeah, I say Game of Thrones is one of my top. Another one, I would say the black and white Twilight Zone is another one for me. That I'm like, I like that. I like that. And because you can watch it over. So for me, best sci-fi means you can watch it over and over and over. And
Over and over again. Yeah, I agree.
Yes. And then the last one is this is a show that only had 1 season, but I always go back to it because I can watch
Firefly.
Yeah, I was just gonna say his is Firefly.
No.
And that's his number 1. That's a great pick, Gigi. I love that pick. I love your pick.
All right, for some reason my mic isn't working.
No, I know what he's talking about. I know what he's gonna say.
You know where I'm going with this, Moose.
Yeah,
I know this was the show that never got a closure, man.
Yeah, this
flash
is
forward for me.
Writer's strike. Flash forward. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 24 episodes of on the edge of your seat, action, suspense, thriller, whatever you want to call it, and it never got a conclusion.
The
And
best
for me,
ever with 1 season. You're
That's
saying.
right. That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
That's a lot.
That's
That's a
right.
lot. Wow.
You really love that.
Yes,
show.
absolutely. So if you go back to that show, it has so many actors that are huge right now that came out of that show. By the way, just so you know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's not bad, man. That's I understand where you're going with your direction. I like it. Magic Mike, I want to hear just a 3, a top 3.
You know what? I can't list a top 3. I'm not even sure if I have a top.
TNG.
Now I am wearing a Doctor Who shirt, but that's because I am a Doctor Who fan and it's a sci-fi.
Okay.
I have Star Wars shirts. I have all kinds of shirts that I
And
wear.
short, probably.
Shorts
Yeah.
too.
And probably shorts. I would imagine sweatshirts, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
Hats.
yeah.
But in Doctor Who, I think for me is not going to fall into my top 3, maybe not even my top 5, and that's because I was really only a fan of a couple of doctors with their companions. So,
Matt
and I'll leave that
Smith.
at that.
Tenet.
What's the other guy?
Eccleston and Tennant, correct? Those
Tennant.
two.
Yeah, Tennant.
Yep.
David Tennant. And okay, you didn't like Matt Smith?
Not like everybody else did. He was okay for me, but he wasn't a David Tennant.
Okay.
But so there's many things on here, that you like, okay, as you start to think your childhood, you start to think current, where is it going to fall? I don't know that I can find a current one that's going to be the best. I just don't think things have proven themselves. It's just my opinion. So I'm going to go with some that I have on the list, which is Twilight Zone is one of them.
Okay,
Absolutely.
all right.
All right.
Yep.
Like where you going with this?
That's a strong one. I don't think really anybody can debate that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. And I'm going to throw in something that people probably won't think about: Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Really?
That was a sci-fi show because it talked about the sci-fi shows.
Yeah.
And I love that show because I could watch that again and again.
The B show, the B
Yes.
movies, the sci-fi,
Yes.
which is incredible. Actually, I love MST 3000. I think they were, man, it was so fun.
I could never get into it. I could never get into it. Yeah. It's just it was different.
Now, I was about to make a comment, Game God, and I was going to say that it really is a cerebral show.
Yes.
So if you do, you really had to.
I'll
think
still stick
about-
with it. I'll still stick with it.
Instead,
I'll still stick with it.
and you had to have a and you have this game. I'm surprised you didn't like it, but you really had to have like a general knowledge of all things.
Yeah.
Because the references could come from left field, from right field, from center field. Like there's so many different references,
I think it was time frame when I watched it. When I was watching it, I didn't have probably that reference or that.
Yeah.
that
I could see
that
that.
knowledge.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
maybe if
you're,
I
you're
went
about
back to
20
it
years
now.
older than Moose and I, so I could see that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got that reverse, inverse.
I'm gonna pull a Moose here real quick. I'm gonna list some other ones that didn't fall in there. Stuff like
Oh,
X-Files, Sliders, The Walking Dead, stuff like that. Land of the Lost. Come on, that was a great show. Things of that nature. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna put on there. This is in Mandalorian, right? That's got to be somewhere
Yeah,
up there.
I
But
don't know if
here's
it made
where
my
I'm,
top five.
All time.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
no. That's what I'm saying. It's not
Okay,
at the
all
top,
right.
but it's in the top 10.
TNG, Moose, TNG.
So here's where I'm gonna fall, and I'm gonna group these together because I can't not that. So I'm gonna pull a
these
Moose, and
three
I'm gonna
turn
hedge
into
my
six.
bets.
Hold on.
And so my top sci-fi
He wants to get
show,
out before I do. He wants to get out before I do.
yes, is gonna be Star Trek.
Okay.
Period.
Yeah. So, all right.
The original TOS or any Star
I
Trek?
just said period. Star Trek. That's why I
yeah.
said I'm gonna combine some
That's
together,
kinda
and I'm gonna
smart.
make a Star Trek.
Yeah, I knew he was going with that.
Yeah, I knew. That's why I said TNG. We thought he was going to
Deep
pick.
Space Nine, he could put in there. He could put TNG in there.
Yep.
US. He could
Yep.
put
Enterprise, Voyager.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's look, guys, Doctor Who's been running, and here's one of the reasons or the points of this article is that it's been running for 60 years. 60 years for a sci-fi show. Good for them.
Yeah.
However, just because it's been going on a long time doesn't make it good. Doesn't make the best of all time.
That's correct.
60 years with 24 episodes.
Just like a game. Yeah, exactly. You said 4 episodes, right?
Yeah. Inflation,
So
24.
Game God's, to Game God's point of flash forward, it's like, one season. Well, does one season mean it was a failure? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So it certainly means that it could be a success. And just because you ran long doesn't mean it's a success. You could argue that. Well, it has been a success. Yeah, okay. Average success. It doesn't mean it's the best.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I think of best all time, we mentioned what would that sound like? What would you have to? What is the mix of that? One, you can watch it anytime.
Mm-hmm.
So you can
Translate
rewatch
between whatever time.
rewatch it. Like you can just go, yeah, just put it on. Like, so when you think of best movies of all time, you think of these Star Wars, you think of Back to the Future. Like, there's just some Lord of the Rings. You just put on Harry Potter. Just put on. You just put it on, and you can rewatch it, and rewatch it. Mm-hmm. And when I think of shows, I got to tell you, I can't think of many shows outside of the Star Trek world that I would say I could just rewatch them. Just leave them on. I'm good with it. I could have a Star Trek channel. I have my own, Pluto TV going, my own Tubi going. And just let it run. Just let it ride.
Yeah.
So I think that for me, above the longevity, because if you look at Star Trek in the most recent years, you go, they've been around a long time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they've been around over 60 years.
Yes, they have.
I mean, all in, just like Doctor Who, all in, been around. So, so when I look at that, I go, well, they got that one. They can meet on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to say, have I ever put on a Doctor Who just to have it running versus the Star Trek just to have running? Star Trek outweighs it a lot.
Yes.
And
Twilight Zone outweighs it a lot.
And by the way, what's he say?
Twilight Zone would outweigh it a lot.
Yeah. So I love your picks of Twilight Zone. I think that's a solid pick. I just think that Star Trek really has roots, not to mention the stuff that comes with the inventions from Star Trek, or the things that have been invented because of Star Trek. So its influence in the real tech world. I just think that's super cool. So
yeah, absolutely.
I probably could think of others, along the way, just like Game God did with Flash Forward. If you wanted to throw in now, I wouldn't put
Quantum
Firefly
Leap.
in there. Quantum Leap, the original.
The original one.
It's really good. I wouldn't say best of all time. As a matter of fact, I can't
Travelers?
remember a time where I put in Quantum Leap just to watch it.
Right.
I got to tell you
What
what I
about
did put in. Travelers, the original one from Netflix.
Yes.
That's a really good one.
It is a good one.
I wish they would.
Yeah. You know what? And I know this because I know he'd put it on right now.
I would.
I know he would put it on right now.
Yeah.
And to your point, Game, I'd put it on right now too until I remember how it ends. Then I'm like, I don't want to watch this again because I think it was a great show. They didn't finish it very well. But I was Knight Rider. I stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are shows that are out there, but they're not the top. And to your point, Moose, Doctor Who is a good show and sometimes a great show, but it's not the top.
Yeah.
Listen, don't make me go and get Airwolf.
Oh, man.
You know what I put on last night? You know, this is not sci-fi, but it certainly is fiction. I put on. I was telling somebody a story, and I was like, "Oh, let me see if I can find it." So I put it on.
boy.
I put on chips.
Oh, I was just.
Oh my
It
god!
almost made my list, Moose, because
Chips.
not sci-fi, but because it's chips.
By the way, it was episode 1, season 1, and I
pilot.
watched the pilot. Right, and I watched it, and I'm like, "Man, it's pretty good." I watched the whole thing. I watched
Yes.
the whole thing. I can't believe I sat there and watched the entire episode. Anyway,
But
And-
that
and-
goes to show you. I mean, as we talk about these, right? We did not mention not anything current, right?
Yeah.
And it's sad that we didn't mention anything current. And like for when I think about all the shows we mentioned, all of them, because you guys all mentioned all of them. I watch, you know, I even think of like shows like the originals, right? Man, the
Yeah, good
story
show.
in it,
Yeah.
you know, like it had substance, right? It made you come back to the next week to see the next episode, or in your case, stream the whole thing. You know, just binge watch the
Yeah.
whole thing in one shot. That's what we're missing. And when I look at like you mentioned Doctor Who doesn't do it for me. And it's just not a show for everyone, right? It's got to be a show that translates.
Have
for
you ever
everyone.
given it a good shot though, with like a Matt Smith or David Tennant as the Doctor?
Well, that's when I did was watching it. Like when I
Okay.
used to watch it was that.
Okay.
But when they started like the more newer stuff or like it, and here's the other piece, it wasn't consistent, right? So you'll get a couple episodes and then you get all this space in between, and you're like,
right.
man, I don't feel like watching that now. Right? And so like with what's going to go happen to Stranger Things, you know?
For what it's worth,
Same thing.
old member of the podcast, Jazz. She was a big Doctor Who fan.
Yes.
She would argue this. She would argue that maybe it was the best.
She probably would. You're probably right. I think JP might as well. He might be up there because he.
You know what's
funny?
I think he would pick Star Trek over.
None of us said
No, you're probably
X-Files.
right. He'd probably be second. X Files.
He-
Yeah, that's
he
on my
might
list
say
as well.
He
Yeah.
might say X Files, yeah, which is
Yeah, I was
good.
gonna say.
By the way, not the reboot. Not that I minded the reboot, but I'm just saying the original. Man, they really had a good thing going. They really did.
Yeah, it was really good.
So for whatever it's worth, just as we close this one out, whatever it's worth, top 3 on another site, Battlestar Galactica was number
I get
3.
it.
Okay.
I get it.
Number 2 was Twilight Zone,
Okay.
and number 1 was Star Trek.
Oh, there you go.
And so for whatever, I think we got some good credibility here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, just
all
so
right.
you guys are aware, some nice information. The Cobra Kai writers and directors, they're going to come out. They plan on coming out with a Michael Knight, excuse me,
Oh, that's all right. We'll
Knight
listen
Rider,
to it. Yeah.
Michael Knight Rider movie. They plan on
Really?
coming out with one. So
Okay.
now that's the rumor. We'll see where it goes. Anyway,
I wonder who's going to play Michael. Michael.
I'm down.
Yeah, there you go. Better.
see?
That's better.
See?
That's
Now you made
better.
me want to, hold on. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to turn the show on.
Hey, I had a big wheel of Knight Rider, by the way. You remember a big wheel? Remember what this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a big wheel with the red handle. They put the brake, and you slid.
Yeah. Everybody was riding big wheels. I was riding a green machine. If you don't
Oh, I remember those
wow.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So funny thing, I had to name my car. Recently, and I took a poll in the family. I'm like, okay, what are we gonna name the car? You know, this is the choices. I gave them the
The
choices.
green machine.
No. It's either gonna be Kit or Jarvis. And
we already
Jarvis
know what
won.
it is. Jarvis.
I
Jarvis
was
won.
Jarvis. Yeah. Although I really wanted to go with Kit. I really did.
A true
but-
fan would have. I'm just saying.
Yeah. If you would have polled us, we would have said Kit.
Yeah.
I felt
absolutely.
that Jarvis embodied the new tech better than Kit did from the old tech. So anyway, but it does talk to you and it does drive for you and all that good stuff. So I'm like, Kit would have made a good
So
choice.
do you talk to it like you call it by name? Say Jarvis.
You know what? I don't
like the lady in the
necessarily,
box.
but I do. Well, I occasionally I haven't said it knows its name. Okay. But I when I have conversations, I do have conversations inside the car with the AI in the car. So Grok, I do have conversations with it. Just regular
Okay.
conversation. Yeah.
Oh, he's got a new best friend, new bestie.
Friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a best,
Yeah.
best friend. Yeah. Yeah. That's nice.
I wonder he never calls anymore.
Talking to Grok. He's talking to Grok.
Yeah. So well, that is true, Magic Mike. It's because I never hear from Game God anymore. He's
that was the setup right there. I was waiting for it. I thought
Anyway.
we were gonna get to the next topic.
Let's go to the next topic. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's go with. So I got questions. I got more questions than I do answers.
Okay.
So game consoles are. We've talked about this in the podcast. Where are they on their way out? You know, are game consoles really going to? Are they going to last? Because the new wave has got to be coming at some point in time. Nintendo just released their new wave, the Switch 2. But it's a handheld. It could be propped up into the console piece for the big screen, or it's on the go. Yep. And so I'm curious. I'm really concerned now that this new development, because Nintendo did increase their price.
Correct.
Yeah.
Across the board.
They can say whatever they want to about why they increased it. I don't really care about that, but they increased it. All right.
Well, they increased the Switch 1.
Yes.
Not
so
the
that's
Switch
even
2.
more important to what we're talking about. Because PlayStation then came out and said, okay, PlayStation 5, we're increasing the price, $50 to every PlayStation. Now, again, PlayStation 5, if I read in between the lines correctly from Sony, it sounded like the PlayStation 5 was on its last year at best anyway.
Yeah.
So you increase the price. Now, Xbox laid off a slew of people. Mm-hmm. And I have a feeling that maybe it's also on its last few years. So my question is, with this recent price increase from PlayStation 5, is this a good idea? Is this a good idea by Switch to increase the price? Do you think that console, are they looking to, do you think they're going to sell more of them, or just, yeah, we want to make an extra, $650 from the ones that we do sell over the course of the next month? Like, is anybody going out buying a brand new PlayStation 5 to pay these type of prices, or for that matter, a brand new 4-year-old PlayStation 5? Is there something I'm missing? Because I think that game consoles are going to be the way. I think it's going to be mostly handheld.
So I got a lot of thought processes on this.
Yeah.
Right? First and foremost, the PlayStation 5 price increase leans heavily on the release of GTA 6.
Right.
And with GTA 6 coming out, it's claiming that it's going to be $100 price tag for that game.
Ooh.
Right. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, if my sources are correct, it was coming out on the PlayStation 5 first and then trickling over to the other systems. So it could be a smart business move. The second piece to that is, like, I think that since you're right, it's on the way out, let's nickel and dime what we can get left out of it, right? But the question I have for you to kind of pose back, and I'll, Magic Mike, whoever is, as the system is out longer, the thought process is that you make more money off of each system because your cost of making the system goes down.
Right.
But I can't believe that the PlayStation 5 has sold so many systems that they're able to say, we're making this much money on it, right? I can't believe that they've hit even a break-even point on this.
Well, sometimes the money is made on the accessories and the residual from what you're getting from game developers creating games.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. But here's my hiccup, is that I don't think you asked, do you think the console's going away? I think there's a piece of it that's going away. I think it's just going to be a box that streams. Right, I think the hardware pieces of it. That's exactly what I think is going to be. Yeah. But I think they could go the route of Nintendo, where it's just a streaming box. It's not going to be like, it's just streaming. Period. I think Microsoft could be just going, okay, we're going to open up the Microsoft a Play Store. I don't know what they call it. I forgot now. Game Pass,
the Xbox Play Store. What do they call it? Xbox Live.
Xbox Live, Xbox Store. I don't know.
I don't know what they call it. Anyway.
Yeah.
They're going to open that up to all the platforms. So it's not just going to be Xbox. It's going to be, you can stream this on any platform.
Right.
They're
And
already
that's
doing
that's the thing.
cross-play.
Yeah, I think he's ahead. Magic Mike, go ahead.
Well,
I know I got more to say, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: is that for Nintendo, I understand why they're doing that, and I think it's just a way for them to grab more Switch 2 sales. To say, well, now the price is only this, because before you're like, is it worth paying that much extra to get the Switch 2?
Right.
And now I think you're more likely to go, you know what? It's only this much more, so $100 more. I think it's worth getting the Switch 2. I'll spend $100 more dollars more, and I'll do that.
But what are they going to do with their old Switch ones?
They'll still sell them for the ones who aren't willing to pay the extra $100. So for Nintendo, I'm not saying I like it, but I understand it, and I won't buy one either way based on that. But PlayStation, I'm not sure what their goal here, their direction here is, because to both of you guys' point, I don't think it's going to be around much longer as a system like that.
Yeah.
I think we've all agreed on this before. It's going to go more portable. It's going to go more platform based, meaning that streaming, where anything you use will be able to stream games and stream whatever you'd like to on it. And so I don't know why Sony's making this decision. I think it's going to hurt them, but I think Nintendo, it doesn't change anything for Nintendo.
All right, so I've got some stats here just to kind of compare apples to apples. So, as of let's see, August. Well, some of the stuff isn't out, but so PlayStation 5 global total sales, global. All right.
Okay.
Anybody want to take a guess?
Oh, jeez. It's got to be like global sales.
Global sales. No, I'll tell you
400,
what.
400 million.
Don't tell dollars. Let's do units sold.
That's even harder, probably.
Let's see. I don't know if that's any better.
Yeah.
All right,
I'd rather throw a dollar amount on.
Wow.
I'd say about
Well,
400 or 500 million.
I don't know the dollar. Here's what I'll tell you. PlayStation 5 versus Xbox Series X or S, with either one. Who sold more units all in through like mid year? Who do you think sold more units?
You're talking about
I gotta
just
say
this year.
Xbox.
Got to say Xbox. Mid year.
Just this year. Yeah.
No. Like all in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say,
My pick is Xbox.
I'm going to say Xbox as well.
Okay. Well, you're both absolutely incorrect. It's Xbox has sold 32 million, almost 33 million units. PlayStation has sold 80 million.
Not even
units.
close.
That's those numbers. I want to see the receipts. There's no
show
way,
Show me the
bro.
Carfax, buddy.
There's no way. What are we playing on PlayStation 5 that we can't play on Xbox?
I don't know.
I don't think it's about that, Game God. And now that I think about it, I do see more and more people talking about the PlayStation versus the Xbox.
And
I think it's a status piece.
Because even the aftermarket is
even when I go to stream and play a game and it's cross play, it's cross platform, I see people on PlayStation more than I see them on Xbox.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's a status piece. There's no way. Like I paid $600, $700 for a PlayStation 5. I'm that guy. Like there's no way. I can't see it. Right? Because the sports games are on Xbox.
Yep.
You got the I want to say from an online library of cloud streaming it.
Oh,
like,
Game
Microsoft's
Pass,
got it down
Game
pat.
Pass. That's what it's called for
Game Pass, yes.
Game Pass. I couldn't think of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but from an online library of games you can stream in the cloud and all that stuff, and I believe Microsoft is trying to strike a deal with Steam so that the games can go across.
That's right.
Correct, yep.
So again, the streaming piece, handheld piece, and despite, like I said, Microsoft laying off a ton of people, we talked about that on a previous episode of the podcast. They're releasing its games on other platforms, including Sony PlayStation 5 from the Game Pass. So I think that the Game Pass is going to be their bread and butter. Is they're going to be their monthly subscription versus a one-time payment for the hardware. I think that's where they're going. There's just going to be
and that's a great point that you bring up there, Moose, because if I look at it, I think that they don't care if they're not selling the systems like that, because they gotta be making money hand over fist on the subscriptions. Because if you think about it, it's just how many people just got a subscription that's
Well,
constantly going over
Why
and
did
over.
this PlayStation increase their price? I don't understand.
That's exactly why, Moose. What you're saying is exactly why. Because if you can get a hold of Game Pass through PlayStation, then people are just going to, and Microsoft isn't caring about the Xbox. They're not going to progress it. They're not going to do anything else. Then be the console out there. Maybe that's what they're going for, and they think that they're going to.
But to Moose's point, the console's gonna that scene is gonna seem to die away because all you need to do, and you see it on phones, right? Phones, all you need is a processor. Right? That can process the speed, because they're not processing graphics. It's coming off of a cloud, so they just got to be able to receive the information, have a stable internet, and you can play any game at any type of resolution and quality. So like I don't even know. It's like TVs, right? When you remember years ago, we used to look at the black levels and how many DPIs and all that. Like you used to go and hey, don't buy this brand because the black is gray. It's not really black. But now when you look at a TV, no one talks about that. Nobody, because it's all doing the same stuff, and all you're looking at is size, right? So that's what the consoles are going to happen. Like I truly believe that it doesn't matter the guts of the console anymore because you can stream it.
I think PlayStation. There's been some comments made that the PS6 is coming, and like there's going to be a PlayStation 6. So if that's the case, again, why increase the PS5? Or is it because they know Microsoft is going to stop producing, consoles, and they're going like, well, guess what? Now we got them. Because
that's exactly what I was just saying.
No, to your point, Magic Mike, absolutely. Because Nintendo says, well, we're going to control the handheld. We got it. We got that on lockdown. Including their console, quote unquote. Now, but the other game console is the battle between Microsoft and Sony, and in which it seems like Sony won, and that's so crazy to think that.
And from your numbers, it's not even close.
Not even close. Half.
So they got market share, but how much is coming to the bottom line if we're talking X's and O's here, right? Like as gamers, we don't care about that. Right? As gamers, we care about where can we get our game at. But from a business perspective, you Moose just got a update from a source, I guess they heard you. Fall 2027 on the PS6.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So it goes into production early of fall 2027, mid 2027, and it's for a late 2027, early 2028 rumor. And the rumor is that it's going to be less than the Pro. The PS5 Pro. So is this a marketing strategy for the long term, kind of like out of the Switch 2 book, where they say, hey, it's only $100 difference between Switch 1 and Switch 2, so that way when the PS5 Pro is out now for what, $750 now? It used to be $750, and you can get a PS6 for $500 to $600.
Well, what they're going to do, and as you're talking, I'm thinking this out. When they release the PS6, they're going to say, "Look, we just marked down the PS5," and they're going to mark it down to the current price before they just raised it. That's what they're going to do.
You got options.
We're going to think we got a great deal.
Yeah, you got options. So I think they're onto something.
They're smarter than we believe.
Yes.
AI is taking over.
Is this the final thing for game consoles and PS5? But is this the bread and butter of Sony at this point? I mean, is it the PlayStation?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think where Sony was, you had DVD players, you had
mini disc.
Mini disc. I was just
Well, yeah. I mean, it's going way back now. What VHS?
Well, they had that too.
But no, they had the market on electronics, whether that was receivers, speakers, players. I mean, think about head units now in cars.
Yeah.
There is there's really no market for head units.
Nope.
And Sony had a great run there.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
So is this the bread and butter for Sony at this point?
It has to be.
This is the only thing they are making money off. I don't think there's anything else Sony.
What else are they making? I don't even know.
There were too many people in jumping in on the other stuff, so they had to just go all in on their PS, so on their PlayStation.
All right. Well, so you're going to pick one up at some point for a used price, maybe?
No.
I'm
not letting Sony win.
PS3, PS4, I've went and bought.
Yeah, but you could
multiple times and got rid of it.
You could pick one up right now, a PS5, at a good deal. $300.
$750, and it's all
$300.
yours.
But here's the problem, Moose. They don't have a good online library. I don't own any physical games. Everything's digital, and I can't get the digital quality of games.
For nostalgia purposes.
No, you must got me confused with the collector. That's you. I open my boxes and play with those things.
We saw that pregame. We opened some stuff up. All right, last thing of the night here. All right, here we go. You guys have Netflix, or you used to. I don't know if Magic Mike does, but he probably has access to it, maybe at work or something. All right, so Netflix is they came out with something, and you guys have seen it on the banner of your banners. I know you have, because most of America has, I'm sure. And it's called K-pop Demon Hunters. And evidently, this is a phenomenon now. It's setting records, not only in Netflix and in anime streaming, but also at the North American box office on a limited run.
Yes.
They made in just a couple of weeks, I think it was a week or maybe two, like $18 million.
This
is 1 week.
For a sing-along show you get to watch, a movie.
I love it. This is crazy, Moose. To your point, not is it setting records, it is Netflix's most popular movie of all time. Speaking of all time, right? All times, this is all time for Netflix. This is insane to me.
All right.
And I know Game God's watched it, so I want to hear his review.
So I gotta ask Game God, what is he thinking about this this thing? I mean, look, this is a K-pop. First of all, so you got music.
Yep.
Right. It's got an anime feel to it. Certainly a Japanese anime feel.
Yep.
It's got a Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse type. I don't want to say like overlay
appearance.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
Skin. So
variant.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on this K-pop piece, Game God? I'll give you my. I mean, Magic Mike, I'll allow you to go after Game God. I'll give you mine last.
Of course.
So first of all, I want to say, who put this on the docket?
I did.
Right? Because yes, exactly. I'm like, I put it on. And it just so happened you must have been talking to my little one, because she also said, I want to watch this. Right. So I said, hey, I got to watch it for the podcast. I'm gonna watch it.
Right.
I watched it for her. She sang every song.
Oh, okay.
She knew the songs. Like, I don't know. She knew Baby Saja or whatever it is, that one of the characters in there. I'm like, who are you? Like, where do you get this from? I sat there for what, it was an hour and a half. I think it's at this point, yeah. And said to myself the entire 90 minutes, what am I watching? Right? Because this thing was, to me, horrendous. Like, I did not like it. I thought it was it really just played on just a lot of, sound bites. That you're right. It has 4 top songs in the top 10.
Yeah. So it's has come into the Billboard Top 100.
Yes.
Now think about that for a minute.
4 songs. 4 songs. It's the only soundtrack to have 4 simultaneous songs in the top. I'm sitting here saying, what is going on? What Twilight Zone universe are we living in that this is what's going on here? And I just couldn't figure it out. I didn't enjoy it. The animation is good. The songs were cheesy.
Come on,
listen, there was nothing about this show that I enjoyed. I was disappointed. I spent 90 minutes watching this, and I said I could have spent 90 minutes rewatching Castlevania anime. Like it really. This is. I don't like it. I don't like it. It was a waste of my time. Thank you, Moose.
Wow. Say how you really feel,
Magic Mike.
Listen, I'm not sure if I want to share this story, but I'll just touch on it a little bit.
He had corn. He had corn on the cobs in his eyes. Turned into popcorn while he was watching it.
I shared it with Moose a little bit previously, but I had somebody who I did not expect, as I was talking to them at some point, reach out to me and say, "Hey, have you seen this new K-pop Demon Hunter?" They weren't sure exactly what they're. I was like, "What are you talking about?" And they said, "Have you seen this?" And then I looked and I saw it on the banner. So once I clicked with what they were talking about, I was like, "No, I haven't seen this. Why have you seen this?" and they said, "Oh, it's good. You have to check it out." And I was like, I cannot believe I'm going to do this because this person is telling me to check it out. So I checked it out with, again, Game God, like you said, with younger people, and they enjoyed it. And I got to tell you, I thought it was good. I thought it was watchable. Absolutely. I think that the songs were catchy, just like you would, it's like you're listening to NSYNC, boy bands back in the day.
NSYNC.
I love the boy band approach that they brought in from a different perspective. I thought that was a funny piece of it. And so I actually enjoyed the movie. I'm not saying I would watch it again, but I enjoyed it. And by the way, Game God, that person who asked me if I'd seen it and told me to watch it was my mom.
Really?
Of all people. Yes.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
So
Moose, where you at?
all generations. Game
Yes.
Look,
My head is hurting here.
So I started the film, and I'm like, okay, well let's see what this is about. What are people excited about? Because
Don't
there's
disappoint
videos
me,
out
Moose.
there, there's memes, there's there's little of
Don't
everything.
disappoint me, Moose.
Uh,
Don't do it, Moose. Listen, we might be less one member next week. Don't do it, Moose.
you know what? I already feel like that. My work's already doubled anyway. But, all right, listen. So anyway, I put it on, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to see? I thought it was going to be worse than what I expected. So I was like, it's not so bad.
Yes.
And I say that meaning that catchy tunes. It's got the anime style of like, oh, you gotta, I would do the impressions that I would have of it, but it would be like, just the goofiness of, Snarf on,
Yes.
Thundercats to, you just gotta, it had all of the elements of anime in it. And you go, okay, they had catchy tunes. At least they, there was there's a band, and that's the cover, and their real job is they're demon hunters. I'm like, okay, it was kind of goofy, but kind of fun.
Yeah,
it was kind of fun. So with that, I go, that's not so bad. Now, I would not rate this as one of the best streaming movies ever on Netflix, and
no.
Go out and go buy the CD or stream the music or whatever else you do. Like I wouldn't say do all that. It did break a lot of records in the streaming piece, and it's critically acclaimed and gets these high scores of audience scores and critic scores and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With all that being said, it is just a kind of fan driven phenomenon though. So that's the fun part that I think is the most fun from it.
Yeah.
And I'm jealous.
You remember that song? You remember that song that said go something Gangnam Style?
Yeah.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
like that's what this reminds me of.
Yeah. And Moose, you know what? Game Guy was doing Gangnam Style. I guarantee you he was. Absolutely.
I'm mad I didn't get credit for it. There's a check that I'm missing for that, by the way.
What was the first song is down, 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 or done, 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 or something. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I want to point out
catchy.
that
All I'm saying.
that they released the sing along version of this on Netflix. So now you can actually like Disney sing alongs. They have a sing along this on Netflix.
Yeah, why not?
They have announced that there's a spin-off where they're going to go into the history of the main character. What's her name? Huntress or Huntress X or
Hunter X or Hunter. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to go, and there's 2 movies coming out or series coming out off of this.
So are you? So you're jealous? I'm hearing that you're jealous.
Yeah.
is what
I'm not
hearing.
jealous. This is
That's
a waste
exactly
of
what that
time.
is.
This is a waste of time. This is a money grab. That's what this is.
I'm not sure what your problem is with that. That happens all the time.
Listen, well, the problem is that this doesn't have no quality behind this. This is just a couple of songs.
That's not true.
Yes, it
not
is.
true.
Yeah, you're gonna tell me this story here hasn't been done before, and it's a good story,
No, nobody's saying that. I'm saying
right?
that
All stories have been done before. by the way.
So you take an animated show and you put some catchy music, and you're saying it's the
all
best thing out there.
stories have been done, by the way. And let me just tell you this:
Magic
you're
Mike's
talking
all
to
in.
me and Moose. Netflix, we're just 2 people. Netflix, it is the most watched ever on Netflix. That is
I get
not
that. I get that.
But you're saying it's a money grab. You're saying it's all this.
It is a money grab.
Listen, if it wasn't that good, you wouldn't have. It wouldn't be the most watched. It just
I would
wouldn't.
not have given it one view if I
It
wasn't
doesn't
told to
matter
watch
if you
it.
would. Everybody else did. Just so you know, you're the one person who didn't.
That's all right. I'm pretty sure I'm not
So
the
my
one
point
person.
being is that, of course, they're going to have more. Of course,
This
they're going to
is-
do more because it's no different than we watched Endgame and they said, let's try to do more because it was so huge. Of course, they're going to grab on to what people like at the time. They have to.
That's totally different. I can't believe you compared Endgame.
I did
to this.
compare.
And
You
I-
obviously you didn't listen to the
listen,
conversation.
listen,
When you have
you said
something
it was
that
like
big,
Endgame because of
yes,
that- yes.
how Endgame was big, and they said let's keep it going. Do you think that after Endgame they should have stopped?
They should have. And now that we know the hindsight, they should have stopped at hindsight. That was not a good question. You were doing well until you got into that.
Right? Exactly.
So listen, I get it. I get it. So it was successful. Most watch Netflix. I get it. So you want to get the money grab and then you
Right.
want to make a series.
Now listen,
Run with it as
King
far
God,
as you can. Right? I get that.
King God, I'm not saying that you should put it on every night and fall asleep to it. I'm not saying you should put it on during the day and do your house chores to it. What I'm saying is
Sounds
that
like Moose is doing that.
I gave it an opportunity and I was like, oh, that's fun. Now, like Magic Mike said, it's not like I'm going to watch it again.
Yeah.
It's not
Is
like
this
I'm
going to
gonna,
become the next Frozen?
I know. I think Frozen is better than this.
Yes.
Correct. But is it going to be the same phenomenon that Frozen became?
Maybe. I
It
guess
might.
if people want it to be. But I'm just saying there was something to it. And I was like, what is the hype?
Yeah.
So you give it a listen. You give it a watch. And then you have to decide whether it's worth it again or not.
You know what's
not-
going to
I think-
happen?
It's
is
not
Game
my
God's going to be
wheelhouse
buying
to watch
toys now from it because he has to.
That's the question. So
Yep.
if it can sell toys, well, you're going to see a lot more
The
than
age-old
one
question.
game. Oh, yeah, you got it, right?
So I think the biggest thing here is K-pop, right? And K-pop is huge, right? You got BTS, which is, they're huge. They sell out stadiums left and right.
Right.
So, and I think that's the piece there, that it had K-pop songs on
Yeah,
there, and it had a K-pop theme.
And that's what
And
drove.
so-
That's what drove. And if you can get
Correct.
a huge thing like that, and you're spinning off of a K-pop success, whether it's anime or whether it's music, you got there. Now I tell you, I think we could make our own songs as good as what we heard on there.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything special there. They just did it. They just did it first, and I'm jealous.
Right.
I'm jealous that because I believe we could have put something together as good, or as cheesy. Because I'd say it's as cheesy too.
Absolutely.
It's got a cheese element to it.
Popcorn
You know what?
and
We're
popcorn
gonna listen to me. This is a new recording a new phrase and a new saying because there's a cheese element to it. And we're gonna do a ranking of cheese. Like, is
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
I love
is it
this.
moldy cheese.
Moldy
You know?
cheese.
Yeah, we're onto something with the rotten cheese.
This was good cheese.
The moldy cheese rating.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, was it good? Was it rotten? Like a
For me,
tomato.
it's rotten. This is rotten cheese
No,
for me.
it's-
Smelly cheese.
This is
Stinker. What's a stinker meter say? What is it?
But here's the reality, though, Moose. When you say cheese, it's just got to be cheese and cheesy. Go that way because cheesy is good. It doesn't matter if it stinks or not. Cheesy is still good. That's what makes dad jokes what they are. That's what makes all different things happen
Yeah.
and make it fun because it's cheesy.
Well, there's a stinker meter. There's a stinker where you go, no, that wasn't. That was cheesy, but it was stinky.
This
cheese.
is Limburger cheese stinky.
Yeah. That's blue cheese. I can feel it.
But some people like blue cheese.
Some
so
people
see?
like blue cheese. You got that right.
236 million people like this cheese.
Well, they do. They're watching it. You watch it. They got your stream, and you gave it to them. You won't give them another one, at least not for you, but you might. You don't even know it.
This household might give me.
That's
Yeah, watch the second one.
Listen, guys, that was a lot of fun. We're gonna do it again next week. We're gonna have some fun. We'll I don't know. Who knows what we'll do next week? But it is gonna be fun, right? And that's where we outsmart the rest. Let's do it again.
I was just leaving. Da-da-da-da.
Nerd alert, nerd alert, nerd alert, nerd alert.
You've been listening listening to Podcast for Sci-Fi with Moose, Game God, and Magic Mike. Nerds have more fun. If it's anything sci-fi, we're talking about it. We had fun, and we hope you did too. We have to split, but we'll be back soon. In the meantime, hit us up at podcast4sci-fi.com. This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. Come to life.